and welcome back to day 3 of your new coach training. I really hope the past couple of days have just given you some clarity, some direction, some focus as you have chosen your workout. You have chosen your personal development, so you're just going to grow mentally, emotionally. And not only that, you are really diving in deep with your goals and what you see in the future of this business and within Beachbody, but also going public, which I think is really, really cool. And that was like your first jump start into social media. So, what we're talking about today is actually following up on that social media because I really need you to understand like how important this is. And this is my all-time favorite part of this business. And I believe in it like tenfold. Like it is what I believe in. When I started this business, I had probably 200 friends on Facebook, and that was it. Like I used to have MySpace, but like I wasn't using that. And that was like the extent of my knowledge. And I would only share privately things that I wanted people to know. So Facebook, Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, I guess Snapchat, and other social media platforms, like this is what's growing your business today. 99.9% of my business has literally started with social media. It's where I meet everyone. It's probably where I met you. It's where I meet all of my customers, my clients, some of my best girlfriends within this business that I now call like literally my best friends. Like it's where I meet everyone. And what's really, really cool is I can be growing my business from anywhere. I can be sitting on my front porch. Like I can be traveling the world and working my business. Like there was one time I was literally sitting down at a little cafe in Disney World working. And I absolutely loved it because it never really feels like work, but I can literally do this business from anywhere, and it's all because of social media. It's all because of jumping into that online network, And believe me, it really didn't start out that way. So if you're really nervous, it's okay. Because I didn't start out with my social media game strong. Like it took trial and error. So yesterday we touched on turning the lights on, like to open your store, to open your storefront, to let people know that you are a coach, that you are broadcasting this amazing new journey that you jumped into. And if you're sitting there and feeling like for whatever reason you just didn't get that response you were looking for, please don't feel defeated. Please don't feel like that is your telltale sign of how this business is going to go, because I literally had crickets the first several months I was a coach. And I don't want you to keep that post in a folder and like keep it stored in your brain, because I did that. And I barely got any responses when I first became a coach. Like it literally took me months. And although it's not going to take you that long because you're learning from my crazy mistakes, I am going to share with you, like, I felt defeated. There were a lot of times it was just me like liking my own post because I wasn't reaching my audience yet, because they didn't know what I was up to. And it took me typing out literally that same message that I was trying to get across, but in different versions, so that it was grasping my audience's attention. Like I needed them to know what I was up to and what I was doing. And it took writing it and rewriting it and figuring out different versions. Like, do I need to make it longer? Do I need to make it shorter? Like, what is my niche here? And so that's why I want to talk to you about opening your storefront and being vulnerable. And I want you to flip that close sign to open. I want people to know what you're doing. And that means just showing up consistently every day, sharing your story, sharing your journey, and doing it in different ways to convey the message that you're trying to get across. Like, Your audience, they want to see the good days. They want to see the bad days. They want to see you being vulnerable. They want to see the progress. They want to see the motivation. They want to see the struggles. They want to see it all. They want to know who you are. And that is what's going to pull people, and they're just going to gravitate towards you. And that's what makes this job so cool, is like you're pulling people out of the woodworks that are just like you, that you want a part of this journey. And that's why it's so important that you show up and you be real and you be you and you be vulnerable, and you're just going to pull people out and you're going to inspire them along the way. And that's what I absolutely love about this whole community. You are pulling people out of their comfort zone while you're doing the same thing. And so it's not about convincing people to say yes. It's about convincing people to say yes to themselves. Like, it's about helping them believe that they can freaking do this, because if you can do it and I can do it, anyone can do it. I have a crazy backstory. You have a crazy story to share as well. And so like, you are just sharing and you're just being proof that it works. And you being authentic and genuine to yourself, you're going to pull people in that are just like you, that have a similar story, that need your help, that need this gift. And the best way to do that is honestly through social media. So this is an exercise that I want you to do today. And I want you to do like this huge brain dump. And I'm doing this because I really want you to understand how social media can effectively work for you in this opportunity. So you are just going to do like a huge brain dump of everything that brings you joy, like your family, your pets, Disney, unicorns, mermaids, do it yourself, hiking, hockey, Harry Potter, like what brings out that pure nerdy joy in you. And I want you to make a huge list. And I'm talking like over 20 things. Like I'm looking for like over 20 things here. And then step 2 is I want you to highlight like 5, 6, 7 different items on that list that are all a little bit different, but like they bring you the most joy. And you can literally go on and on and on about these things. And these 5 to 7 things are going to be what you are speaking on your platform. And they don't need to be Beachbody, because here's the deal. That is not your face. Beachbody is not your face. Beachbody is what you do. It's not what you are. It's not who you are as a person. So, I mean, of course, I need one of your items to be like fitness, health, nutrition oriented, as like that's how you're going to tie everything together and be able to connect with people like within this opportunity. But I need you to pick like those 5 to 7 things that just like bring you pure joy. Like for me, it's my family, it's hiking, it's makeup, it's crazy hair, it's my hypothyroidism, autoimmune disease, it's depression, anxiety. Those are things that I can talk about. Disney, those are things that I can talk about on a real level, because it's what I've been through. It's who I am. So I want you to think of those things that just bring you pure nerdy joy, or that you can go on and on and on about. And then step 3 is really embrace it. Really embrace social media, because like I said in the beginning of this video, like you, or maybe you're going to sign up coaches on your team that aren't so keen on sharing on social media. And I totally get it. I was like that. I didn't want people to be like nosy rosies. I didn't want them to know what I was doing. I didn't want people to judge me or to talk behind my back. And it really bums me out, because I waited over a year to start sharing, like probably a year and a half before I started really sharing my journey on social media. And I feel like if I wouldn't have waited, I feel like my business would have exploded so much more if I just would have been vulnerable. Like this is a part of business and a part of my journey. And when you are just sharing in a way that comes across as passionate and fulfilling, like you are going to get a response that is so much more welcoming, and people are going to understand like what you're talking about. You're not going to be this icky salesperson, and you're going to be connecting by sharing on different topics and weaving in and out your fitness journey and excitement about the business. That's all you're doing. You're not saying Beachbody this, Beachbody that. You're not posting your Beachbody link. You're not saying, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach, because that just screams you're trying to sell something. You are still being you to the core. You're just weaving in and out of this business to help people realize that they can do this too. So for example, I love the fact that I can get up and travel anytime I want without constraint. Like, my husband travels for a living. He's in the music industry and he's on tour a lot. I can get up and fly to a city that he's in, like if he's gonna be there for a couple days, and get up and fly at the drop of a dime, and I can work from there. But I'm still able to keep my kids a priority. And that is what is really, really important to me. But it's possible because of this business. I am able to do all of that because of this business. And I love dreaming big. I love sharing a big, grand vision with people so that they can feel like it's possible too. And what's really cool is that when you are sharing that goal and you're sharing that vision that you have for yourself, for your family, and for this business, you are just gonna bring people to you. They're gonna gravitate towards you. And I need you to understand that it's not about being fake. It's not about like putting on a phony persona on Facebook. No, I think it's about being inspired by the vision, and it's being motivated by this setup that you have. So number 4 is going to be create a backlog of content. Like, I need you to understand that it's okay to post things on Instagram and on Facebook. And like, so what I do personally is I set up time, usually every Sunday, to just kind of set aside time to create new content. But because, like I said, consistency, it's a no matter what that I'm posting on Facebook and Instagram and sometimes YouTube every single day. YouTube is usually weekly, but Instagram and Facebook is a like non-negotiable. I show up every single day, because if I don't, like my followers will be like, whoa, where'd she go? And especially as a new coach, you want to show up because you don't want people thinking you're flaky. Like, you want to show people that you are there. Like, this is your game plan. So even if it's just like showing up and taking like a cute sweaty selfie of myself and like sharing a great motivational message, like I will also go and share it on my Facebook or on my like page or something like that. So don't be afraid. Like, if you've got your Facebook and you've got your Instagram, you can recycle that content. So I want you to just kind of start thinking about, now that you have these like 5, 6, 7 like things that like make you, start thinking about the content that you want to put out there. And whenever you're doing that, it's just gonna make people love you that much more. Like, honestly, it really is. So start creating like some back content. Like, do like 3 days at a time, just to get started, just to get your feet wet. And I really hope that you are understanding you don't have to be everywhere all at one time. You don't have to have like one set of content for one platform, another set of content for another platform. Like, yeah, like now that I've been in this for a while, like I can have my Instagram, like my main content, like hub. And then I split it up and I put some on my fan page and some on my personal page. And I put things on my personal page that aren't going anywhere else. But that's because I've grown into that. But for you right now, just take it one step at a time. Recycle your content. Don't be afraid to do that. Okay, so step 5 is, now that you got all that out of the way, just start posting. Like, just execute it. When you overthink and overcomplicate something, you are just holding yourself back. You don't want to do that. You want to go for it starting now. I said this in my video yesterday, I believe. You can't wait for the sun, moon, stars, and all the planets to align, because it's never going to happen, and you'll never just take that first step. Take the step. The sooner you go for it, the sooner you're going to start seeing success, and just think of it that way. And like, you're gradually just going to become more and more effective the more you do it. The more you're stepping outside of that comfort zone, the more effective you're gonna be, and the more you're gonna find that niche. The more you're gonna find your voice. And that is so key. So just get started, just go. So I have already taken some of the what if equation out for you. And I've created up and drafted a couple of ideas for you, and you can find that under files in this group. And it's just some suggestions on what to post and how to post. So what I would start doing right now, hope you have a pen and paper, is just start posting like twice a day. Like on Facebook and Instagram. That's a great place to start. Yeah, I eventually want you to get to where you're posting 3 or 4 times a day, but let's just do 2 times a day. And like I said, it can be the same post, but 2 different things. So maybe one is motivational, fitness inspired, and maybe one's just about like your next travel plans or something like that, or asking like where the best places to go for the holidays. You know what I mean? Like start thinking of what makes you you and just execute it, because you're going to start seeing people that you didn't realize you could connect with literally come out of nowhere, and you're just going to have more meaningful conversations because you can actually talk to them about things outside of fitness and nutrition because you have something else in common. And that's really, really important. And it's obviously a great way to get your business kicked off and going. So what I want you to start with today is send me or your upline your chosen 5, 6, 7 topics that you plan to discuss on your social media platforms so that we can discuss an approach on how you can be speaking effectively on your social media and to just go for it. All right, so I will see you tomorrow for the next training. See you later, babes.